Hi everyone, it's our update. What we've been up to, what's happening in our neurospicy world. That's the new term, neurospicy, to refer to people who are neurodivergent, which also means people who are not typical. Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with all those different terms. We've really moved on and we've moved past the retarded things, the special problems, whatever they might have called it, that had negative connotations. So, in our neurodiverse world, we have neurodiversity in every situation. But what has not changed is that my non speaker is still not speaking. Yeah, still not speaking, still not able to sit down and focus, still not focusing, still not wanting to focus on anything, be it pictures, words, but she's not interested. So we can't yet do any pictures or communication. Don't even think about one day spelling to communicate unless things change now with just showing a picture and saying, I want that. Just pointing. No need to speak. I don't want speech, I just want communication. So far, it's not happened yet, but we shall continue being hopeful, right? But there is a sense of grief that comes with that. It's normal. Lots of us feel that same sense of pain, and you don't get used to it. It's like the dumb people who say, oh, I'm not used to pain like you are, so when I got that headache, it really shocked me. Well, it wasn't someone who said it, thankfully. It was someone who wrote it in their book, that the pain was different for them because they're not like those people who live with pain every day. The thing is, every day we want the pain to be gone. Every day we feel the pain. And every day and night of feeling pain, you get more and more fatigued. This on top of the fatigue that comes anyway with the disease and inflammation. So we don't get used to suffering. We don't want to suffer. We don't wake up and say, oh, well, I'm in pain again. That's okay. We feel it. We suffer through it. We just have learned to pretend it doesn't exist. So if someone asks you with a new headache, how are you? Or with a new elbow pain, how are you? You'll say, oh, my elbow's hurting. We, on the other hand, will say, yeah, we're alive, still breathing, still going, still pushing, whatever it is, because it's our norm to not be well. We are sick. And so the same thing happens with having neurodivergent children. The more they struggle, the harder it is to control them, the harder it is to get into their world and to bring them into our world, the longer and heavier the burden is mentally. We suffer. It goes in cycles. Sometimes you can forget, you cannot really, but sometimes you don't even try. When you're not trying to communicate with your child, then it's easy to kind of put it at the back of your head. But when you're trying to reach them or they're trying to reach you and you can't meet each other, it hurts afresh. It's like you're just beginning this journey. It hurts a lot. Stimming. Stimming. Okay, I will tell you. When you're trying to read with your children and you have to go back to something a preschooler can do, it hurts a lot. We parents of neurospicy children, we may name it whatever it is. We can say, oh, we celebrate the strengths, but there are some things that are not true. Autism doesn't make our children perfect. I saw a t-shirt saying something like, autism is what makes me beautiful. No, what makes them beautiful is who they are. Autism, if it wasn't there, they would still be beautiful. It's not, as a level 2 autistic person said, it's not a superpower. It's not something to celebrate. We will never celebrate autism because of the difficulties our kind of autism has brought to our family. But we just have to keep going. We don't sit in grief. We keep going. Even though the grief comes, we don't live in that moment. And honestly, we don't even tell anybody. Well, I don't. I don't tell anybody that I'm having a hard time today. I don't tell anybody that I tried to show a picture to my daughter and she didn't care. I don't tell anybody that she has stopped saying this particular word that she used to say, at least. I don't. And I've also stopped celebrating any positive because it's not long lasting, and I know it's not. So when I celebrate, oh, she said dinosaur, I have the people who say, see, I told you she's going to be fine. And I'm thinking, no, she just said dinosaur. It's a new word. But I know my child. It doesn't mean she's suddenly going to blast off. And this is the moment of growth. It isn't, and it hasn't been. So I don't share those either because the response is not helpful. It's not helpful. You can't encourage someone by telling them a lie and hoping they'll believe it. You can't tell me she'll be able to speak, don't worry, or just chill, don't stress. We live in it. We live with a child who can't tell us what's wrong with them. We live with a child who pushes us and gets violent just like that, at the drop of a hat. Like yesterday, I made them food. I made them oats. Now my son, my 8-year-old, for a long time, he couldn't handle any kind of porridgey cereal. Not oats, not Pronutro, nothing porridge-like. But now he can. My daughter, she's up and down. It's more like flavor, not texture. So if she has oats once a week, she's fine. If you have oats twice in the week, then she has a problem. So I made the oats. I put it on the table, set it up. She came in first from outside. I went into the kitchen and then I heard, and I knew, she's not happy. She doesn't want the oats. So she left it there. Usually when she eats, she will sit down, grab a spoon and shovel it into her mouth. But she didn't. She came into the kitchen and I said, okay, what do you want now? And now I knew that she has been enjoying or taking or eating or choosing Pronutro original flavor. So it's all gluten-free, by the way. We've moved on to gluten-free to see if it helps. And so I bring down the cereal. I pour it into the bowl. It's powder. I pour it into the bowl and Mikaya comes in as well. My daughter looks at it and she gets angry. She doesn't want this Pronutro either. Mikaya, I don't know what he said to her, and she turned around and she was furious at him. He hadn't even done anything. I'm the one who made the cereal. And she pushed him and he staggered backwards. We live in that moment of pain and it stays in us. We worry about our other children. We worry about ourselves. We wonder if it will ever stop. It is a constant suffering, anxiety, sorrow, and mourning. Constant.
Very gentle, very kind. You are going to be kind to Ricky. We love Ricky. Ricky, we love you. We have Ricky. Yeah, we have.
So we tried to sort her out and I said to her, okay, let's choose another one. Is this one fine? Good. If she could communicate, she would have said, I want this flavor of food. But she can't. And at the moment, there's so much going on in her head that she's not interested in learning how to tell us that. So yeah, thankfully, she didn't. What happens sometimes? She builds on her anger. The more you try to de-escalate, the more she builds. So I'll say, no, don't worry. You can't have it. And walk away. And then she'll push me a bit and I'll keep walking and then she'll tug my hair, for example. So my son, he staggered and I told her, oh, we're kind to our brother. We love him. And then he got close and I was thinking, what are you doing? What if she hits even harder? Thankfully, she didn't. That is how our days are. Those are the things we never share. Well, I'm sure most of us don't share those moments because they're every day, every hour, every second. There's just something going on, and we don't share it. And no one asks anyway. 90% of the time, no one actually asks, how was the day? What just happened now? How is Mikaya handling? How's autism? No one asks, how's it going? Is she learning anything? Any signs that she's now uncomfortable when she's partying? Can you tell when look, that's not happening. You need to be in a support group. And then when you know each other's worlds, you will know the right questions to ask. So we just live alone with that kind of stuff. It's heavy. And then when you add ankylosing spondylitis, in my case, others have different issues, then it just magnifies the suffering, the sadness, the hardship, because you're forcing yourself to do when your body says, I am done. As my rheumatologist herself interpreted it, you need to stop. You need to stop working, stop teaching, stop caring for the children physically. Someone else needs to do it. Someone else needs to teach. Someone else needs to rack their brain to figure out how to help them. But there's no one else. It's just me. On that note, she injected me with cortisone, and I'm going to go back now to a reduced dose of my anti-inflammatory. I don't know how I'll be when the cortisone injection wears off. It lasts a week to 2 weeks max. So I don't know if this level where I am is the permanent level until Cosentyx starts working, if it does, or if I'm going to get worse. But if I were to rate my suffering this week, I would say I'm a 7. No, I would say 8. Last week I was at 9. And I think in her head, I was probably at a 10, given she wanted me to tell her how things are so she can make another plan. So I would say I'm at an 8. Why 8? The pain is being reduced. I can tell when I've had painkiller. The pain does reduce. It subsides. But my body, my muscles, my body is done. It's broken. So I'll try and fold the sheet. So I lift my arms to fold it, to shake it out, make it straight, and then my arms, it's tiring and painful, and I can't continue folding a sheet. What is that? Folding a sheet. How can I never thought I would ever reach a stage where I can't fold a sheet in one go. I have to rest. Same with brushing my children's teeth. I can't just brush teeth. I have to rest. Not between children, between one child's toothbrushing, I have to rest. Teeth brushing, whatever you want to call it. So if I'm brushing Mikaya's teeth, I'm brushing the bottom, I'm brushing the top, and then my arm gets tired and the ache is too strong. That is where we are with ankylosing spondylitis. So the convergence of the neurospicy world and the ankylosing spondylitis, and a neurospicy older one who has problems, it's unbearable, but you have no choice. You just keep going. So we live with our pain in private. It's private pain. We go to the shops, we smile, we converse with people. And the good news is my daughter passed. She's done. We're done with her homeschooling career, my teenager. She is finished. She's done her A-levels. I need to phone Yusuf and ask exactly what we need to do, or Google it and see what exactly we need to do in order to get her Cambridge certifications transferred and converted into the South African matric exemption. And I think we'll need the actual printed stuff. So it's going to be a while until we receive the printed goods. Okay, thank you for listening. These are snippets of what we did this week and a bit of last week. This is just our ordinary life. This is how life goes. My daughter, my 4-year-old Nene, as I said, she just has her own way of doing things. She doesn't just sit there and say, okay, teacher, what must I do, like all my other children? She will listen, kind of, and then she will do her own thing also. This time, while I'm reading to her, she felt, okay, we're learning, the new letter is C, let me write it. She wrote it in the book as we're talking. That's not how it works. None of my other children did that. You wouldn't do that at school. And the sweet moments where she got up from her desk and she went and she hugged Amarissa, her 9-year-old sister, just like that, out of the blue. And I asked her, so why are you hugging her? And the answer was simple, because I love her. That's our school life. Simple, testing, difficult, sad. My son is more aware when he writes his letters wrong and numbers, so I'm happy about that. At least his eyes are working better and he's getting more of his left, right, up, down correct. I will celebrate and be thankful for those moments, and I'm thankful for my life. And what exactly am I grateful for? In the same way we used to say, well, it could be triplets, it could be worse, dealing with the twins and them not ever sleeping unless we are holding them, which means we were never sleeping ourselves. And yeah, twins are hard. But yes, dealing with that, that's how I feel. That, okay, I'm grateful that it's not a harder situation to deal with. I'm grateful that she doesn't bang her head on the tiles or on the wall like some do. And you just worry about them. They put on helmets, they crack the helmet. I'm grateful that I can move. I'm not paralyzed. I'm grateful, really grateful for that. I'm grateful that I can see. I have my vision. I'm grateful that I can still hear all my children and that all of them can hear me. I'm grateful for a lot. Doesn't mean I can't grieve, but I can grieve and be grateful at the same time. I'm grateful that there's no sibling rivalry, except for the accusations one made to a psychiatrist. Everyone is actually at peace with each other. Everyone lives in peace with each other, except when there's some pushing going on. But at least the other 5, they live well together all the time. If there's a problem, it's more she said I mustn't do this, meaning the older ones. But the smaller 4, they are the smaller 4. There's no, we don't want him because he's a boy. I've heard that happening. My twin has now started liking her brother. She didn't want him around before. Nene did not want Mickey, but now he's part of the crew as well. So I'm grateful for that also. And if our non-speaker here liked playing with them, she would be part of it for real. My daughter, her twin, she has taken this role of almost being her keeper, her savior in a sense. Like she's thinking, I am her protector. Protector is the word I wanted. So she will let her be, and she understands in a way, like, oh well, she's different. She's a baby. She refers to her like a baby, even though they're only 2 minutes apart. But she is a baby in her twin sister's eyes. And if we ask her a question to try and get some communication from her, she will quickly jump in, like she's thinking, what's wrong with you? You know the poor child can't speak. Why do you want to stress her like that? And answer for her. And she helps her when she can. She dresses her. When she pulls around her comforter, she helps her pick it up sometimes. She would be part of the crew if she was like them. You're catching well. Whoops, you've improved. And you, Mickey, you've also improved with your catching. Even when it goes far. Pardon?
Jesus rising.
You're thinking of Jesus rising?
Yes.
Where did he rise from?
On the cross.
Yes, from dying on the cross. You're right. Jesus rose because he loves you, so he wants to live and watch you. He's watching you playing.
Do you know the Satan?
Pardon?
Was speak to Satan?
No. You can tell him, go away, Satan.
Jesus rising.
Yes.
He's shining.
Yes. He went up to heaven. He went to heaven. He was shining. This is the other part of parenting that I enjoy. All my children who can speak have been like that, where the things you teach them when they're young, they are the most precious to them. She loves talking about what we have learned, what she has heard, what she remembers from her own Bible story apps. And she is, when she was sitting under this tree, in this picture, they'd gone to the park this week. And she told them before she left, she went and just planked herself under the tree and said Nathaniel was sitting under the fig tree, which was a story that we finished a few days ago. It is lovely. We are all amazed that she recalls these things and that she gets reminders out there that remind her about the Bible stories she has heard. This was part of our schoolwork, specifically vision therapy. They had to make sure that they mark every single ant that they had, every single row, left to right, all the way down to the bottom. I also got these from Temu. I was just testing because I was buying other things. So far so good. I don't know how many washes until they fade. But for now, it's been a help because when the vests are folded, I can't tell whose vest is whose out of the three younger girls. And then it becomes frustrating to have to undo the whole folding to check what size. So I enjoyed these. I'm glad I've got them for each of the three girls. Say that again, you wonder why what?
We have so much ADHD that we get into arguments and complaining and also other stuff. Like building our own worlds, which are always like having horrible people.
Okay. Is that a bad thing? Is that fine for you?
No. Because there's a woman who talks like this. She talks like that.
Okay, so how about when you were playing the sheep?
Yes.
When you were doing David, was that okay? Was that a better world?
Yes. That's what the better word. But when Nene is gone and we're in the trampoline or they were doing the guys, she says guys every day.
Who?
The woman. Her name is Bella.
Okay, and who plays her voice? Amy.
Yes.
Okay, so Amy suggests games you don't actually like.
Yes, I
That
do.
you play.
Yes. Which we do not like and sometimes and there's a man called Musha. Makes us like Musha.
Who made that one up?
And what's that?
Okay.
So it's like a
So because of your ADHD, you create many, many things.
yes. Sometimes I even create my own things, which I create by myself, which I usually do live things,
Okay.
which I have to have.
You have to tell me.
Yes, just I almost like I play my vehicles every day.
You play your vehicles every day.
Yep.
That's true. Hey?
Yes, like I sometimes even play dirt bikes.
You play dirt bikes
Yes, which I
every
like.
day.
Yes, but then I make the song, but then Amy does not like it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of boring because it's actually fake.
Playing dirt bike is boring because it's fake.
Yes.
And what about the voices that you guys play about? Are those fake?
Yep.
Are they boring?
No, that's horrible. That's horrible.
Okay.
They're not actually fun.
Okay. So but you play even though it's not fun.
Wow, the only thing is it's fake.
Okay, but when you are playing, is it horrible or do you enjoy it when you're playing?
I enjoy it when I'm playing.
And then afterwards you think it's boring and bad.
So when the woman comes.
Okay, so when you're playing it's fun, but then when the woman comes, then you know it's bad.
Yes, then I know the warning.
Oh.
This is going to be horrible.
There we go. See, he did say ADHD has got lots of imagination. Now there's a warning. Who gives the warning?
Oh, it's that voice. That voice gives the
Who
warning.
makes up that voice?
Yes.
Who?
The woman, she talks like a bear.
But okay, that's Amy. You
Yes.
said Amy does them. Okay, I love you guys very much. Okay, you confuse me a lot. Bye.
Bye.
My goodness, I've always said, and we've always agreed with me, they've always agreed with me, that Nelo has ADHD on top of probable, very likely autism. But there is no greater example that I can keep in mind as the one that happened just now. The impulsivity and not thinking. I gave them these syringes to suck up water and then let the water out, so that they have their fine motor skills, their finger strength. Yeah, it's for that, for finger strength. My dear girl, she does it. She's finished. I call them all in and start packing up the things outside. She runs. She just runs, not telling us anything. She runs. She opens the window and she throws this out. She throws this out the window. Can you tell me why my child threw this out the window? Good. Neither can I. I can't tell you except ADHD, impulsivity, no process of thinking, no foresight. That is ADHD. We have a fun exploring outside, eh? Do you realize, please hold this, do you remember what this is? Can you tell me what this is? What is this for? What were you doing? School. Yes, and you had to find what that does what with what.
Okay. The which one which matches?
Which one matches?
Yes.
How must it match?
Like B tree.
That means?
It runs.
Perfect. It?
Runs.
Do you know that you have been struggling with rhyming for 2 years?
What? I did not know that.
2 years? You didn't know how to rhyme. You didn't understand it. Do you remember when I downloaded videos to also help you understand rhyming?
Yes, but we did not want to watch it. We wanted to watch other stuff and see.
You didn't want to watch it, hey?
Yes.
But you had to.
Yep.
Okay, I'm very happy. And Auntie Azwala is also very happy that you now fully understand what rhyming is.
Oh.
Yeah, we're very proud of you.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a word and now let's see. Under fire. If I say, where's the fire? What rhymes with fire?
Here's the fire.
Okay, I'll say your word. Dog.
Hog.
Well done, dog. Hog. What is a hog?
A pig.
Where do you get that from?
From animals.
Yes,
Some
and
people who say hog.
yes, people who say hog. Are they South African?
No.
Nah, we don't really say hog in South Africa.
Some say hog.
Yes, they say hog. That's true. They
And then
don't,
their voices are like too high temperature America.
their voices are too high temperature America.
Yes.
Okay.
That's That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Other people who you subscribe are American, which you don't subscribe anymore.
Yes, I stopped subscribing to them because why? Do you remember why?
Because they were too American.
They were too American, and who was copying them?
Ordinary.
Yes, too much.
Like, I can't walk.
Yes, she
Or
says I can't
mama.
walk. Yes.
And mama.
Yes.
And her other things.
Mhm.
And she tells me to even these days she says Pharaoh.
Oh
So I
dear.
tried-
I
so
wonder
tried to-
why.
So I tried to stop her and say Nene, it's Pharaoh, not Pharaoh.
And have you noticed that she stammers? She stutters. Do you know what that means? Yes, she goes, but she is starting to stammer.
Oh boy.
Yes, the more she speaks, the more she stammers. We will definitely have to add some speech therapy for all of you guys.
Which how much will that cost?
I have no idea. It's gonna cost a lot. But that's okay. God will make a plan, right?
Yep.
Do you have to worry?
No.
No.
No fears. God can keep you safe.
Okay. See you later. Thank you for your interview.
Oh, you're welcome, I guess.
Stimming. Stimming. Okay, I will tell you. Oh, let me give you your iron, guys. I haven't given you iron in 2 days. She is spinning. Rio spinning. Will you catch her when she falls? Will you catch her when she falls? Rio, I love you. Amy, I love you. Mickey,
Yes.
I love you.
Love you too.
Aw, Rio, I love you. You're panting.
Bow.
Yes, it's a ball. Bounce, ball.
Mom, what's this one?
That one is 44.
You are that, Mom.
Yes, I am 44.
Balloon one.